everybody, and welcome to this episode of Political Progress, a series where we invite different municipal, provincial, and federal politicians to come answer our questions. Today's guest is the Mayor of Casselman, Geneviève Lajoie. How are you doing today?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you.
Good.
The first question I have for you is that the last time we talked and we attended your delegation, you were planning on asking for help funding from the Ministry of Infrastructure at the AMO conference, and that just finished earlier this week. How did it go?
I think it went excellent, actually. I met folks from the World Zoo Organization at the trade show, and they were trying to get some people to ask a question to the audience, to the ministers, in what they call the bear pit. And so I asked a question for them because I'm big on animal rights and human rights. So I asked the question, and the Solicitor General answered it for me, and King Assurma was actually holding down his mic for me. And so before I started, I said, listen, I just want to say that I appreciate all the hard work you guys do, and I know you're working hard and you're all doing the best that you can. And I was like, I swear to God, I'm not sucking up. I'm just like, I as a fellow politician, I understand your position that you're here. So anyways, they laughed, I laughed, and then I asked a question and he answered it. And they're doing such amazing things for animals provincially. So in the delegation, King Assurma told me that they're all very strong animal lovers, and told me about their pet bunny story. So I feel that it was a good start to the delegation. Yeah,
it created a bond, you know?
Exactly, yeah. So that was really positive. And then when I was explaining the situation with the water, I noticed that she seemed very receptive and empathetic to the story. So I feel that it went very well. And I think the message truly got out this time. We had a developer join us from Multivesco because they can't build right now because we have no hydraulic capacity. So he came and presented to the minister why he is investing in Castleman. And I think that was a very strong and powerful argument as well. So I am a natural optimist, and I'm very positive about everything. So obviously I'm going to say it went well, and I'm confident that I feel that this is going to move forward.
How much funding did you end up asking for?
We didn't necessarily ask for funding, what we wanted. So we want a working group. So she granted us that meeting. So we're going to have a follow-up meeting and discuss. Right, and with the House Enabling Fund that Clarence Rockland received, that is actually going to cut down the price for Castleman by like $15 million.
Oh, wow,
So there's huge cost savings as well for the provincial government, and Castleman is such a beautiful position economically, right? For Ontario, we're right off the highway, we're close to the 401, major airports, major boating areas and waterways, right close to the United States. So we're a prime corridor for Ontario, and it's just a smart investment overall.
Yeah, well, that's great news. Hopefully you guys do get that support needed to fix, I guess, Castleman's water quality.
Yep.
Yeah, and also the last time you were here, you talked about the mannequin projects in Castleman with different artists painting them to they want, customizing and putting them throughout the town, you know, to make it a little bit like Setaba did and all like that. Yeah, and but now recently we've seen posts asking the community to like stop vandalizing some of the mannequins, and one was reportedly stolen.
Yeah, and they called it like a kidnapping.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe we shouldn't make it a joke, because then they might just go get more.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think it's just natural. Things get vandalized, things happen, and I don't think it was a personal. I don't think it was anything personal towards the artists or anything. Maybe it was. I have no idea. I don't know the person who did it, but we'll just assume that it wasn't. And you know, the one that was vandalized is actually right off the highway. So for all we know, it's just a traveler, right? Stopping at McDonald's and hitting a mannequin on their way out to wherever they're going. So I would like to assume that the vandalist was not from Castleman, and it was just a person passing by.
Do you have anything to do to prevent further vandalism in case that happens again?
I have been trying really hard. We had a night watch committee, and I keep trying to work with council to say, listen guys, there's got to be something we could do. I know the engagement in the community, it is not plentiful where we have enough people on this committee to make a night watch community happen in Castleman, but there are other things that we could do. So I'm just going to keep pushing on that. We had our car broken into, and And it really sucked because my husband had this little pocket Hawaii kind of zipper pouch in his Jeep, and they stole that, but his dad just recently passed away. And he loved it because he brought it for him from Hawaii. And anyway, so it was just, take the Jeep, just leave the pouch. So I spoke to the police detachment in Russell, and we're going to be having a police officer come and educate people about safety, car safety. And I'd like to have more of that engagement with the community, with the OPP, being educated on how to prevent theft themselves, because people have to take an active role in vandalism and theft as well. So.
Yeah, because there's been an increased amount of car thieves, not just in Castleman, but in Prescott Russell. It's like crazy now.
Yes, it really is. And it's unfortunate, and fraud as well. I mean, it's just, like my husband says, why can't they just get a job like everybody else? But I'm like, that is their job, Dennis. It's unfortunate, and you just got to roll with it and just keep pushing forward and putting kind of policies in place, and we're going to continue doing that, obviously.
Yeah, well, that's great. There's also been publicizing a couple of flood watches now, especially with all the rain we've been having. Do you have a plan in case a flood does happen?
Yeah, well, the South Nation Conservation, they have the flood plans, and so we basically just follow what their plan is. We don't necessarily have any flood concerns in Castleman, so we're lucky.
Yeah. Do you know what their flood plan is for the South Nation River?
No, actually I don't, because I know I don't have to stress out about floods happening in Castleman, so I haven't necessarily read it. But I do have the plan in my office desk right here in the third folder, so I know where to access the information when I need it. Yeah, there's a lot of information I have to retain, so I just retain the things that I need.
Immediate importance. The Trillium Foundation did give some funding to help renovate the community center. How will this money be put to use?
We have created our pickleball court, and I've opened it, so we have a beautiful fence and lighting, and we have a very active pickleball community in Castleman. Years ago, I had no idea what pickleball was. I heard of it, and now it's all I hear about. So it's very exciting.
It's getting way more popular now. Pickleball,
I actually bought pickleball rackets from Temu, but they're made of wood, and I think I have to get those carbon fiber ones. So I think I'm even going to start using it and trying pickleball with my kids.
That's fun.
Yeah, and I don't think you have to be very sporty. I don't think you have to do a lot of running. It's not like tennis. I don't know. So I think I could manage it, because it's like I could just stand there and try to hit the ball without running everywhere. So
that would be great.
Yeah. No, and it just brings the community together, and it adds more enrichment to Castleman. So it's excellent.
Yeah, and what has the community's reaction been to this pickleball court opening?
They're very happy. At the ribbon cutting, all the pickleball people were there, the committee members, the presidents, and they were very, very happy and grateful to have it. So in the winter, we didn't have enough funding to continue the pickleball at l'Académie de la Seigneurie. So what we did is all the council members used some of their discretionary budget to pay for a bridge. And then it brought us right to the summer, and now these pickleball courts are open. So there's more access.
Is there plans to develop more sports and recreation in the area?
Yes. We're going to continue. We opened up, I think it's called lawn bowling. Pétanque in French.
Oh yeah, pétanque, yes.
Yeah, pétanque. You said that really well. Right by the water tower. So we opened that up, and that's right beside Le Havre. So it's wonderful. So the senior population has that right beside them. So very close to our food bank as well. And
that's great.
Yeah, and we're going to continue doing that. Hopefully we're going to be able to get our tennis courts updated as well, because we need to get more. We'd also like to create more pickleball courts beside the current ones, and expand on that. So we'll always be building.
How many courts are there now?
2.
2? That's great. Solid amount of courts. Yeah, exactly. It's a good start. Yeah. Also, at a quick glance at the Castleman website, it's been renovated. It's been, remodeled. Can we still find the old information that we had on the old website on the newer one?
Yeah, everything's there. It's just easier to access, more user friendly. So The old one, you'd have to click on a link to a link to a link, and then it was
Yeah.
empty at the end sometimes.
Oh.
This one is more intuitive towards the user. So I think it's more accessible that way, and all the information's there. If not, there's more information.
Yeah, that's great. How much did it cost to remodel this?
Oh man, I don't know. Again, I don't remember all the numbers in my head. I know that it was passed through the budget, so and I could get all that information for you, obviously.
Yeah.
The staff worked really hard on this project, and it's been over a year in the making. So they put so much effort into this, and I'm so proud of the staff of Castleman. We have an incredible staff and CAO, and they're very visionary people. So
what renovations are going into the community center?
the floors are going to be redone. Painting, we're going to have an air conditioner unit, which is excellent because it's so hot in there. And it's just going to basically be completely revamped.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you know what it'll be used for? Just everything? Or?
Well, right now we have the cadets who use it frequently. We have Club Soixante who uses it often. And I imagine we'll have more events happening there as well because of the air conditioning, and the heating will be better as well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that concludes today's interview. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem. Thanks for
Well,
having me.
it was a pleasure, you know. Yeah. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our social medias at Hub TVC22 for more local news.